Good evening, brothers, sisters, and gender norm resistors. It's time for some more of The Outer Worlds 2 with me, your host, Ollamh. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yes, we are back in it. We have gotten through the prologue, which is awesome. That sounds it sounds simple, but it like literally took 2 hours to get through that. So, yeah, we are going to be exploring the galaxy, I guess it is, finding out what's going on and stuff like that. It's been, we had a good 10-year nap. The rift that was created has kind of gone haywire. It has expanded quite a bit, and which is not exactly a good thing. It's not a good thing. But we will try to make sense of it all and stuff like that. With that said, let's go and jump into the game, shall we?
Did DeVries rip a hole in the universe because she hates her job? The Earth Directorate needs to invest in a suggestion box.
All right, I want to load a save game. I want to load my manual save, because the autosave is from where we advanced, where I advanced forward a bit in order to take the screenshots. So now that we've got everything up, and let's take a look at all the stuff that we got. So we have the ED service pistol, which was our starting gear. We have Zane's pistol, which does the same amount of damage, better rate of fire, and more rounds. Also has the Directorate Pride, increased critical chance and critical hits, restore health equal to a % of the damage dealt. It has an advanced mag, which is the increased speed, increased capacity and reload speed, and adds penetration through soft targets. We also have reflective sights, which is 1.75 magnification. That's pretty nice, actually. Let's see here. So Zane's blade does 17 damage over instead of 21, 1.8, 1.8. But it does have a scoring, after scoring a kill from stealth, gain camouflage. While camouflaged, you're invisible to enemies and deal bonus damage. Has a 1 minute cooldown between activations. Also an obsidian blade. It has increased sneak attack damage while camouflaged. Alright. I mean, that sounds pretty nice, so we'll take that. I kind of like the rifle. And we also have Zane's armor, which has, let's see here, so evasion chance of 15. Okay, can we compare? Yes, we can compare. All right, there we go. So it's even all across, but it does have Directorate's best. While in tactical time dilation, attacking consumes 25% less of the gadget. Okay, so it is definitely better. And we have Zane's helmet and hibernation helmet. Energy recharge rate. So same amount of health and stuff like that, but after using Companion's ability, gain a 10% damage resistance for 30 seconds. All right. So yeah, Zane's stuff is just hands down, it's better. What is that?
See that thing in the sky there? That'll be the Vox relay.
Vox stations serve as key communication hubs for the Protectorate. Unauthorized visitors are likely to be shot or hanged on sight.
That's why we're headed to Fairfield first. Less chance of us getting shot while picking up debris trail.
Right. Right, okay. Alright. Hey, buddy, you almost ran into my ship. Now, I have heard there are some pretty nice little things in and around here that we can't quite get yet, I don't think. Someone did tell me that there is something like up on top of all of these, but you need like double jump, which is apparently a thing. But we need to continue on and take on a quest in order to get that, apparently. I wish we could, like, put away our weapons. Food biomass? Alright. That's an important announcement. To all subjects of the Protectorate, invasion of cutthroat corporatists. Corporatist, yeah. The scourge of unfettered capitalism has come to Arcadia and brought with it the seeds of its own destruction. Their invasion armada exacerbated the rift anomaly, which was naturally occurring and well within our ability to control, causing it to fracture the ether further, sending invisible tendrils in all directions. This has closed the colony off from any support that they may have been awaiting, but has caused us no harm, being self-sufficient in every way. These bit worshippers will soon taste defeat. It is your duty to resist their sugared temptations, processed promises, and low-quality goods they are using to try to subjugate our beloved colony. Do not hesitate to sacrifice your life to stop them, or to report your fellow subjects for collusion or weakness. Any subject caught with their products will be dealt with. Right. Alright, betrayal of the Order of the Ascendant. As of this day, the Order of the Ascendant have declared themselves enemies of the Protectorate. That they have chosen to do so in the wake of the corporate invasion of our beloved colony attests to their true nature. It is now obvious that the corporate incursion was somehow helped by the traitors of their order, else it would have been crushed before it began. Rest assured, the Sovereign knew of their treachery well in advance of their betrayal, and thus was not taken by surprise. Right. Any communication from, or involving the Order in any way are now to be considered enemy correspondence and must be forwarded to the Ministry of Accuracy. Glory to the Protectorate! Now we have the temporary decommissioning of the landing pad. By order of Vigilant Norden, the Fairfield landing pad is decommissioned effective immediately. All repair efforts are to be halted. All remaining automechanical units are to be relocated to support our valiant war effort. And all subjects currently assigned there are to report to Constable Hawthorne's office for reassignment. The continued targeting of the landing pad by our vile corporatist enemies has been ineffective at best and has not in any way contributed to this decommissioning. Our automechanical losses are insignificant and barely worth mentioning, and rumors of the imminent fall of Fairfield to the greed-loving corporatists are not only untrue, they are treasonous. Yeah, that sounds like a whole lot of cover our butts. We don't want people knowing how piss poor things are going. So I guess that explains why they're not all using the same containers as the first game. Is because this was never a corporate place. It was never taken over by the corporations, so they didn't really do anything.
At the risk of sounding glib, that ain't a good sign.
Correction. The sign seems to be functioning nominally.
Can't say the same for the trooper.
All right, shells and a pocket watch. We also have a triple barrel shotgun. You know, there comes a point where adding more barrels doesn't really do much of anything. All right, let's go into town first. Pretty shells.
Let me know when you need a distraction.
Okay, so yeah, this one. Let's go to into inventory. Let's go ahead and switch to our pistol. Uranium is a dangerous hazard that's found throughout Arcadia, powering the Protectorate's automechs. Standing in Zeranium poisons you, lowering your maximum toxicity. Too much Zeranium poisoning. Right, okay. So... watch out for pools of nasty glowing liquid. Is that what you're saying? Yes, we are.
Hello there, go-getter. Welcome to Fairfield, now under the new and improved management of Auntie's Choice. I'd usually ask if you were affiliated with the previous regime, but you lack the bewildered gaze of a yay-saying Protectorate subject. Even so, going to have to ask you to identify yourself. Still a war on and all.
I'm a Sprat exterminator. I got orders from your supervisor.
Huh. Really? Everyone knows we're cultivating our Sprat population for a new deep-fried snack line. So I refuse to fall for such a ham-handed attempt at dissemblance. Look, we're Auntie's Choice. Lying's fine. We downright admire it even, if you pull it off. Next time, try a little harder. End of the day, we let most anybody in. Bottom line's all we care about is our bottom line. That'll be all. Unless you got any questions before you're on your way.
You all need to watch your mechanicals. I was attacked by some drones on the way in.
On the way from the landing pad? Had a convoy out that way. They're overdue. See any sign of them?
Found evidence of battle. Didn't look good. If anybody made it, I didn't see.
Damnation. I had a friend on that detail. He always carried this, keepsake. You didn't happen to find it, did you?
Didn't find anything like that. Not much in the habit of plundering corpses.
Well,
Bullshit.
never too late to start. Plunder's plunder, Auntie always says. Them Protectorate drones been a serious menace of late. Heard Trooper Faulkner shot a few. You find a way to put a stop to them, there's a bounty for it.
How might somebody accept said bounty?
Bounty terminal's out next to the jail, across from the bar. Just down the lane here a spell. You get to Town Hall, you passed it.
I'm not particularly clear about what Auntie's choice is.
What? You been in hibernation or something?
Yes.
We're here to bring the free market's liberation to the people of Arcadia. And Arcadia's bounty to the rest of the galaxy, of course.
Is there anywhere someone can buy a gun or a drink or some meds?
Oh, we got everything. One of them, at least. Clinic's over there on your left. Watering hole's a bit down on the right. Market's a straight shot down the lane.
I'm looking for a trader who goes by a DeVries.
As I've never heard of her, can't say I can. Seems like Minister Milver Street knows everybody, though. Probably ask him. Anything else?
No, I think that's it. Thank you. Let's be
Before
on
I
over.
forget, I have standing orders to send all newcomers to Minister Milver Street. He's in the town hall. That'd be the one with the giant hologram on it. Can't miss it. Again, welcome to Fairfield, the official new home of free trade and self-reliance on Eden.
Right. So down
Keep
by
the
the...
petty skepticism. I'll pay my tab in no time. You'll see. Mark my words, when my deal comes through, I'll have enough bits to own this place.
Swear.
Hello?
I almost had it this time. Everything all lined up. Easy mark, guaranteed moneymaker, favorable terms. Practically the recipe for success. Look like you've had your share of troubles. Ever had the perfect opportunity just slip through your fingers?
Yeah? You seem a mite upset.
Well, you caught that, huh? Perceptive sort. I'm having what some would call an existential crisis here, meaning the success of my existence is presently hanging in the balance. I had just the thing to get me a fast-track promotion to lower middle management. Now you seem like someone who knows a good deal and wouldn't be adverse to helping me out.
And just what is it that I'll be helping with?
It's
You're
like
not
this.
telling me much.
I agreed to meet with a business associate to finalize a deal, but the location got set for Spire Grove. Problem is, you been outside of Fairfield?
Well, the funicular to Spire Grove broke recently, so I got no way to get up there. I'd break my neck scaling that cliff for sure. There's a long way around, but it's not for me. Why, the path there might be lousy with raptidons for all I know. It wasn't before, but mayhaps they were just lulling me into a false sense of complacency so they can strike.
Right. Yeah. I actually can do a pretty convincing impression of Rep mating call. Want to hear?
Not particularly. Already have plenty of nightmares about them critters. Just thinking about them scrambles my gray matter. I can't imagine setting foot in Spire Grove, even though it might mean losing a chance to acquire the prize of a lifetime. You see, my partner there unearthed an unexploited Protectorate technology. Wouldn't go into details, but promised it'd revolutionize the daily life of Auntie's Choice citizens.
Sounds like a jerk. How'd you rope him in?
Pitched him the dumbest deal I could think of. Told him I'd trade him my entire tossball card collection for schematics or a prototype. Said sure. Complete rube. Didn't even ask about condition. My Kelvin Tran rookie card
Yeah,
isn't
like-
even ultra fine. Got a piece of nicotine chewing gum stuck to it.
You sound like you're in quite a bind. We could probably work out some solution.
Opportunistically leveraging difficult predicaments. That's the Auntie's Choice way. I have a few bits I can offer you. Not much, but if it turns out a roaring success like it ought to, and I get a fat promotion, I promise I'll see you're taken care of later.
Well, okay then.
Splendid. go parlay with Jackson Plum up at Spire Grove. It's some kind of agricultural harvesting encampment southwest of here, near a mess of them rocky spires. He'll provide the agreed-upon schematics.
All right.
Well, the broke-down funicular is due west of here. Dexterous-looking so-and-so like yourself could probably scarp her up it in a jiffy. From there, it's just up the hill a smidge. So close, but so far away. At least for me, anyhow.
What exactly are the schematics for, anyway?
Truth is, haven't the slightest. You know the Protectorate have all the most advanced technology, though. Probably something straight out of an Aetherwave serial. Edible spacesuits, N-ray specs, matter translocation. It could be anything. If Jackson's all fired up about it, it'll be beyond comprehension, I'm sure.
Right.
All right, then. Don't let me keep you.
Right, so definitely looks like biomass goo canister. Use only Auntie's authentic biomass goo, except no goo substitutions. Right, this is the bar.
Our target audience here is people who want to forget their worries, and sometimes their needs.
Finally find a way to get ahead.
That guard wasn't being ironical about the giant hologram over town hall. Well,
Yeah.
guess we ought to go acquaint ourselves with that minister like she said.
Bounty board? Welcome, lawbringers. Please make a selection. Look up local bounties. Wanted, drone swarm. Drone swarm. The Protectorate have dispatched a swarm of anti-corporatist drones against Fairfield. A drone cannot be reasoned with or persuaded by superior marketing and therefore must be destroyed. The drones were last seen in the hills around Ministry of Accuracy. A bounty of bits and positive reinforcement will be awarded to whoever brings them down. All right.
Don't go into that cheap saloon if you got a lick of gumption. They got no tolerance for it. Why do you think I'm out here? It has nothing to do with my friends and very temporary shortage of funds.
All right. Let's see what's going on here. Okay, so apparently as long as we are, like, not detected, we can just, like, steal whatever we want. People won't give two shits. Your father, mother, guardian name. I regret to inform you that your son, daughter, child, employee rank, first name, last name, was killed in action at location on date. I know the sorrow that this message brings you, but no, soldier rank, last name was a valuable Auntie's choice asset, and that their contribution to the war effort on Eden will not be forgotten. Sincerely yours, Babylon Carr, Acquisitions Officer. There's nobody here, so I don't really need to. Ooh, hello. Available appropriated Protectorate lodgements. Augustine Devise, red house, red trim, circle windows. Beatrice Lorenz, okay. House, gray trim, oval windows, large porch. Newly assigned residence. We have Galloway, Warren, Caudry, and Cole. Well, we know what house she was in now.
Yes, no. Yet you see fit to keep me in a constant state of consternation. With each unauthorized act, you jeopardize our hold of Fairfield.
Yes, but you must understand, the Protectorate citizenry is a hair's breadth from defection. Within the week, I'm certain.
Certain. Like the week prior and the week before that. Impressive foresight you wield. Should apply to join the Order of the Ascendant.
It would be difficult enough to convert the stubborn populace without your soldiers' constant, ill-advised forays.
Enough! Your yipping reminds me of my 2 old canids. I loved those canids. You, on the other hand, are trying my patience. We don't want to try Auntie's patience, do we?
No, Auntie.
Yes, I thought not. Now, unless you care to see what life in the lower rungs looks like, you will both of you cease your foolish maneuvering immediately. Do I make myself clear?
Yes, Auntie.
Good. See that it is done. I will brook no more disappointments. And while you're at it, you might want to look into your security situation, Commander. I'm not accustomed to an audience when addressing my subordinates.
Who in the void? Eavesdropping on Auntie's choice business is like to get a body shot for spine. Though you're not wanting for moxie. I'll give you that.
Now hold a moment, Carr. When opportunity comes visiting, perhaps it's better not to riddle it full of holes. Our new compatriot may be of assistance.
A surprisingly good point. Especially from you. She only forbade us using our own personnel. Be a whole other matter were a stranger to happen to aid one of us. But which? Well, you seem an observant sort, so I expect you'll tire of Milver Street's bluster soon enough. Come see me before agreeing to whatever absurdity he proposes. Unlike him, I have some work actually befitting your time. I'll be waiting.
Alone at last. I never thought she'd leave. Now then, allow me to introduce myself. I am D.B. Milver Street, Minister of Marketing, Duke of Demographics, Commercial Condottiere, President of Promotional Material. Tell me, do you believe in signs?
Making fun of me.
Perish the thought. The first rule of diplomacy is never to slight a potential ally, if it can be avoided. I do not believe in signs. I believe in opportunities. Right now, at this moment, you and I have an opportunity to save countless lives. But I'm hardly the type to beg and ask for nothing in return. Tell me, what do you desire of this island?
Think we can trust this guy, Niles?
That hat? Absolutely not.
Is this a bad time to mention I can read lips?
I need to get to the Vox relay.
Ambitious, aren't we? Easily the best protected location on Paradise Island. Hardly a place for a stroll. But if you assist me, I promise to get you inside. Better yet, helping me shall result in our saving dozens, no, hundreds of lives. Your conscience shall be renewed.
Right. Nice sales pitch.
Can't blame a body for wanting to practice, can you? Fine. I'll give it to you straight then.
Yes, please
Auntie
do.
may demand Carr and I do nothing. But for each moment I remain inactive, dozens fall in meaningless combat. I seek a persuasive method of alleviating this conflict. The Protectorate
Right.
utilizes a procedure known as mental refreshment to ease the temperament of wayward subjects. The Ministry of Accuracy contains vital information about the process and where it is performed. This is the prize I seek. I previously sent a grafted soldier, Trooper Sealong, to retrieve said information, but I have not heard from her in some time. Consequently, I must presume the worst.
So go to this ministry and retrieve the info. Anything else? Well, what do you know about mental refreshment?
Protectorate subjects willingly submit themselves to a kind of mental reset designed to bring them closer to the Protectorate ideal. But I have reason to believe that their system is less rigid than Protectorate leadership would claim. It's ripe for exploitation. Is there a more beautiful phrase?
What's a grafted soldier?
Grafted soldiers were the subjects of the Enhanced Soldier Program, so named as its intent was to utilize nature to enhance a soldier's natural talents. Unfortunately, the program resulted in many casualties, and what few successes we had were literally short-lived.
You must not have much faith in your troops if you're sending me after one.
I may be a motivator of persons, but I'm also something of a realist. Our grafted soldiers are capable at their apex, but many degrade before accomplishing themselves. I chose Trooper Sealong to grant her the opportunity to be of use, but the grafting program was shuttered with good reason. Best to be thorough.
Hey, by the way, I happen to be looking for someone. Do you know the name Augustine de Vries?
I have some faint recollections of the fuzz beneath my hat. Perhaps I saw such a name amidst my perusal of the Protectorate domicile assignment records. The record room is in this building. You have my permission to peruse at your leisure.
I've already looked, but okay, so go to this ministry and retrieve the info. Anything else?
Yes. One additional word of warning. The good Commander Carr shall not take kindly to your working with me, though that is a bridge most worth burning in my estimate.
Good point. I'll be back.
Watch out for that Auntie Cleo. I know she don't look it, but she's more dangerous than she seems. Even the whole of Spacer's Choice couldn't outmaneuver her.
You're here early. I expected you'd be on the receiving end of Milver Street's bluster until close to the end of time. Happy that ain't the case, as I can make use of you. I'm Officer Babylon Carr, head of aggressive acquisitions and persons elimination on Paradise Island. Let no one say I can't be official when circumstances merit. Now, not to say I question the presence of a wayward sightseer in the midst of a war-torn waste, but it might be safer for us both if I knew your purpose.
Well, I'm headed to the communications tower in the north. Might blow it up if I feel like it.
The Vox, eh? Bent on bloody self-destruction, I could just have my troops dispatch you, save you the effort. Although if you were keen on continuing to draw breath, perhaps you and I could broker a deal. There are Protectorate vitals need bled. You could do the bleeding.
I suppose there's no, hey, have you seen any unusual Protectorate subjects? I'm looking for someone named De Vries.
Unusual refers to every turncoat and is not a halfway strong enough phrase. Try gormless cretins who can not so much as wipe their running noses without begging permission. Don't know if there's a De Vries here, not my department. Milver Street befriends the ex-subjects, keeps tabs on them. Ask him. Why are you looking for them? Who are they to you?
Justin, like I said, just an old friend.
Sorry to be the one to say it, but if your friend is still amidst Protectorate ranks, bet as good as any they may have met their end.
All right, let's hear what you want from me.
I want the Protectorate war effort exsanguinated. You want into the Vox Relay. You help me, I help you. There's a particular holding we shelled early in the war, name of Euphoria Coast Automech Repair Center. Deserves a raising for the length of its blasted name alone. My scouts report recent Protectorate attempts to bring it back to functioning. I need the place sabotaged, lest Automechs return to aid the Protectorate war effort in droves. Should note, the ministers like to take our working together as a personal affront. Aid me, and I suspect he'll rescind any offer he may have made to you.
Nova Street said the same thing about you. He wants information on mental refreshment.
Do you suggest that our good minister has lost patience with playing fair and now seeks to delve into the oily recesses of brainwashing? Oh, for shame. He's devoted to his half measures. I'll give him that. But he wouldn't have to wheedle and connive if he knew directness. Milver Street's grinning manipulation won't earn nothing but more of our own dead. Work with me.
Wouldn't it be simpler to kill everyone in the facility than sabotage it? Well, okay, first off, what's your plan for infiltrating the facility?
Could be direct. Feign that you're an assistant of some kind, though you'd have to have some know-how regarding engineering. But a simpler path would be paying a visit to the Ministry of Accuracy, liberating some credentials. Yaysayers ain't capable of suspecting a piece of paper.
Think about it before I make my decision.
Speak to Milver Street if he ain't already stuck his hooks in you. I'm confident you got the spine for what must be done.
I will admit I prefer her way of her.
Commander, there is a 98.7% chance that hunting Agent DeVries will require greater amounts of ammunition than you currently possess. Ammunition can be purchased at vending machines or crafted at a workbench using materials like this collection of scrap metal and powder.
I can also help you craft items in a pinch when we're out together. Most won't even explode on you.
Most won't? All right, are you the... yes, you're
Welcome. See anything you like? Well, if it isn't a new face in Fairfield. What I meant to say is that we now have the new improved Purple Berry Crunch. Now with 10% more flavor. Or was it crunch?
Your pitch could use a little work, but thanks for the welcome.
Of course. Though I must also apologize for my inappropriate courtesy a moment ago. You're here for delectable discountables, not my pointless observations. Anyway, let's try this again. Welcome to More Perfect Goods, a proud Auntie's Choice franchise. How can I improve your day? Gladly. No
Let's
better
take a look at
choice
what you
than
got.
Auntie's Choice.
So we have a biomass biomass pistol. We have the Rattler. Snake Shot converts all standard cartridges into shell shots that provide increased spread and devastation at close range at the expense of some accuracy. A shotgun in the form of a revolver. Advanced decryption key. Okay, that's just an automatic yes. Plasma barrel. Triple barrel shotgun. Magnet. All right, let's take a look at selling. We'll sell our old uniform. Purple Berry Crunch, our old pistol. Force rockets. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and go back to buy because we do want to buy the advanced decryption key. All right. So here, so we have destroy all the drones. We have the search for Jackson Plum. All right, so we'll start here. Now, where are we wanting to exit? All right. All right, so we want to go back down
People
here.
think
Out.
I got ejected from the saloon because I'm 3 sheets to the wind. Well, maybe I am.
Might I have a word, Commander?
Bold ideas.
Sure. What's up?
I know I've been pushing to find DeVries, so this might seem a bit of a left turn. Avoid it. I'm just gonna ask. Got an old friend here on the island. The doctor who patched me up after Horizon Point. Ex-protectorate, a good man. Tracked in the Westport a short time ago, but never got up the nerve to visit. Reckon we could drop by and pay him a visit? Brief one, of course.
I wouldn't mind meeting this friend of yours.
Not sure he'd still consider me such, but that's part and parcel of the reason I want to see him. I had some bad years on my own. Now with you here being part of a team, this might sound a mite soppy, but I feel like I could be a proper agent again. That starts with writing accounts. This friend of mine, Zebulon Tran, I let him down. And I've been chewing on that live wire for a while. Too long, maybe.
Am I gonna need to hold your electrical standards and hold an electrical standards and safety course?
Much as I might love to jaw about that special interest of mine, this business with Zeb's gotta come first.
What happened between you two?
After I recovered from Horizon Point, Zeb and I ran together for a spell, doing what we could to help folks in difficult spots. Fighting protectorate tyranny in small ways. Too small for Zeb, as it turned out. He was unhappy before I showed up, and after, well, all my directorate talk fired him up even more. I had my orders. I was to stay low. Couldn't let the protectorate catch wind of an Earth Directorate agent in its midst.
Makes
Zeb,
sense.
he kept pushing to take more extreme action.
Sounds like he put you in a tough spot.
Wasn't like I didn't want to take things farther. Hit the protectorate where it hurt. But I still had my cover to think of too. I couldn't risk disrupting the mission.
Hey, I for one am glad you did that you took that way. Well, I respect you putting the mission first, in spite of everything. That's dedication.
I'd feel better about that commendation if things hadn't turned out as they did. We worked hard, but the Protectorate's Arbiters and Sentinels worked harder. Often than not, our help only made targets of the folks whose lives we were trying to improve. Didn't matter what we did. Arcadia was still caught under the Protectorate's boot.
Folk need to learn how to make it on their own. Support only weakens them. Well, I mean, that's not quite... Look, you were trying to do the right thing. That's what Earth Directorate agents should do.
Guess some of what you said way back when stuck. All that talk about putting people first. Figured that's what I was doing. Putting a stop to all the pain I was causing. Anyway, things weren't good. Zeb and I couldn't find the rhythm we had before. We were arguing every day. Eventually, cutting ties just seemed for the best. Clean like. Only later I learned Zeb hadn't given up the struggle like I assumed he would. He got to stay in mental refreshment for his trouble. That's the last I heard of him. Till recently.
Ooh. Yeah. All right, be straight with me, Niles. What are you hoping to get out of seeing him? Well, no, screw it. No, we'll just go. We'll promise to go and see him.
Pulling skeletons out of my closet. Westport's on the east side of the island. I tracked Zeb to somewhere on its outskirts.
Wait.
Never got up the nerve to visit before now. We ought to start there.
Westport is on the east. Okay, that makes about as much sense as anything.
Can't believe some of those Protectorate hull heads just couldn't see the benefit of self-benefit.
Let them simmer in their self.
All right. Okay, so it actually is up over here. We need to follow this one up. We on the right? Yeah, okay, we're on the right road. Oh, is it that cliff right there? Yeah, looks like it. Ooh. Engineering hat. Some hooch. Right, we need an engineering of 3. Holy crap, that's society. Cigarettes. Greater joint. And to see if there's actually is a way to climb up here, or if we're going to have to go all the way around. Get the feeling we're probably going to have to go around. We don't have the engineering skills needed to... Almost looks like we could do it. All right, fine. Let's take the fun. Let's take the scenic route then. All right, I am going to say take our rifle and our pistol for right now. Stealth grass, right. Is this where we're supposed to... No. Okay. I was wondering if this is where we were supposed to hunt down the...
Feels good to be back in the South, don't it, Val? Kind of reminds me of our days in Nix's orbit. Dodge and protector patrols. You remember that?
Error. Memory not found.
Ah, well. That's all right, Val. I'll just have to do the remembering for both of us.
Dearest friend and esteemed companions, as of late it has come to my attention that I actually do not enjoy the act, nor the duty, nor the daily drudgery of farming. Upon this realization, I had initially considered submitting myself for refreshment, but in a wondrous bit of serendipity, I quite literally bumped into a delightful fellow from Auntie's Choice. He convinced me to discard that foolish notion and helped me discover a new path forward for myself in the form of employment with the fine folk of Auntie's Choice. Several years ago, I would have balked at the very idea of leaving the Protectorate, but today I see joining Auntie's as the freedom and breath of fresh air which I never realized I so dearly desired. Liberation, self-determination, and a free market. These are the things which my heart yearns for. I don't doubt that with my sharp mind and strong work ethic, I'll become a top executive in no time at all. And to the very And to every subject of the Protectorate who reads this, I encourage you to do the same. Auntie's Choice is always hiring. Remember, with the Protectorate, you're only surviving. But with Auntie's Choice, you'll be thriving. Regards, William Taberson. Hello there, Christina. All right, so we still need to go around even more. Okay, this looks like it's gonna be getting us around, and but it looks like it's gonna take us up past the diabolical drones of doom.
Confronting threat.
Right, that seemed way too easy. Oh, that's because I was only the forward guard. Right.
Commencing combat-related activities.
Well, alrighty then.
Sequencing attack strategies.
Give the order, and I'll take care of it, Commander.
Recalibrating your weapon's sighting mechanism.
Alright, so there is somebody in here, yep.
Engaging this unit is concerned for the commander's well-being.
We're good. They're just robots. Come on. I mean, sure, they're probably, they probably could kill us if they really tried, but I don't think they're really trying. All right, we need an engineer and a perk of electrotherapist or manual reset. An interesting change of pace. There is no encumbrance here, so we can pick up and carry everything we want. Anything and everything we see. Which is, you know, kind of nice, actually. I was pleasantly surprised when I found that out. Alright, so we can come in here. Yeah, we'll go ahead and go 3 for the for our engineering. Why not? What are we doing? I'm not sure what we just did.
Enthusiastically neutralizing unfriendlies.
I mean, we were just supposed to destroy those, you know, to destroy a bunch of the droids. I don't think we were supposed to sabotage anything, but we did. You think? Alright, so yeah, we need to... Okay, I think this is where we're supposed to go for this. Yeah. This looks right. Or not. Just a dead Raptidon. What killed the Raptidon? I feel like we should be asking the question of what killed the Raptidons here. They're just sprats. Wow, that's... Hello?
No,
Hello?
Jackson, don't! Don't fret. With these boots, I can fly! Oh! Help! Are you breathing? Say something!
It wasn't the fall that killed him. It was the sudden stop at the end. That is very true.
Oh, I can't believe he jumped that way.
Right?
Sir, I know this isn't the time, but are they going to put us to the gallows for this?
What? No. That ain't how we operate in Auntie's Choice, Liza. We might be looking at a pretty fierce demotion for losing half our workforce and getting stuck up here, though.
Demotion to fertilizer?
No. Now cease your jawing. This ain't the time. Hey, you! You down there! Would you mind checking on our fellow? Might he have survived the fall?
Yeah, I don't think so. Why would anyone attempt to jump like that in the first place?
He thought those boots would make him fly, but they really just allow the user to jump repeatedly. Unless their downward velocity is too great. If so, well, you see what happens.
You need something to push yourself off of in order to jump. This is Jackson? Too bad. His business partner in Fairfield is going to be very upset.
Not nearly as upset as we are. We've been stuck atop this machine since Ida, one of our new Protectorate acquisitions, had her gray matter scrambled by the height, jumped down, and landed right in its gears.
Scrambled her brain? You're not that high up.
I can't fathom no sensible motive. She joined us shortly after Auntie liberated her with the freedom of meritocracy, and she seemed happy enough.
Were you not listening? She said she'd always be a loyal subject. It was part of the endless inculcation we endured in the Protectorate. It can prove insurmountable for some.
The notion that she'd sacrifice herself, even after seeing the vast possibilities in staying alive and climbing the corporate ladder, it's just impossible to cognize.
Well, how can I help?
The reason Jackson tried using those plasma thruster boots was to gather a piece of machinery we'd spotted on a little table halfway up the spire.
It's a drive overloader. If we install it, we can push the platform's arm hard enough to, well, to grind old Ida out of the gears.
Though the power of that overloader will deluge the system and, well, overload the drive and burn it out all permanent-like. But desperate times and all that.
So if you were to use them boots to bound up the spire and deliver the overloader to us, we'd avoid the tragic fate of our two former cohorts.
So take the boots, bounce up the spire, grab the gadget, and bring it to you?
Exactly!
If it's on the spire, why did Jackson jump into mid-air on this side?
Because he had no idea how science works and thought the word thrusters meant he could fly. So when I told him to jump, he opted for open air instead of where I told him to go. They're experimental. We'd not laid eyes on them before, but the data we found with them says they were actually designed to let people hop their way up the spire. If you activate the plasma thrusters when you're already airbound, they could give you a fair bit of extra boost. It should let you turn a quick hop into a surprisingly grand vault.
All right, I'm on it.
Thank the Sovereign. Thank you, stranger. We are eagerly anticipating a long life, utterly absent of starvation.
Hail, a pair of plasma thruster boots attachments that grant their user the ability to jump in midair. Warning, thrusters fail to fire at too high a falling velocity. These are plasmatic augmented leap enhancer. It's a prototype device not designed for, okay. All right, well, let's take a look around here and see what we can. Tiny servo. All right. Amongst the various crops of the Sovereign has discovered on Eden, few have had as sweet an impact on the Protectorate as these densely fibrous, exorbitantly oily, stupefyingly acidic kernel clusters. All right, fibrous, oily, and acidic? Originally dubbed sulfur seeds, after their dreadful, abominably noxious effects were responsible for several grisly and, dare I say, grotesquely messy deaths in the early days of the colony, their name was revised upon discovery of their myriad textile uses and their value to the Protectorate as was devised. With fibrous, with fibers that can be ground into solvent-resistant adhesive tar, juice that requires minimal processing to become highly indelible ink, and a naturally occurring pH of near 0, the potential use for sweet berries are still being discovered. Really? They changed them to sweet berries? That's odd. The next evolution of this research should focus on uses for the highly viscous lubricant that literally drips from each berry and its potential as a non-absorbent gastrointestinal unguent. So those are the nasty things, huh? Alright, well, we get a new blade. A grizzly severed arm. I don't know why I would want to pick that up, but yeah, so safety was not of their their highest concern. Shiny servo. All right. Woohoo, that's fun. How are you getting over though? Well, I guess you do have like you do have a prosthetic leg. In theory, that should be able to give you a little extra oomph.
Oh, you're by our crop of Brachythecium rutamulum. They're found in bandages and burn tinctures.
These lush, thick vines are clearly being cultivated for their utility, but you lack any knowledge for the use of them. Right, okay. Yeah, I'm not going to be a science or medicine guy. Engineering, a bit. Just enough to get me into trouble. Yeah, I got it. All right. You just like jump and flail about.
That's it? It was that easy? That was some impressive climbing. Poor Jackson could have learned a thing or two from you. Starting with the right direction to jump, I suppose.
Now, let's see about bailing you out of here, shall we?
Wonderful. Get us down, and I'll happily compensate you in accordance with standard Auntie's Choice urgently improvised extortive standards.
Right, so what? Next to nothing?
We've certainly found our way into a most harrowing circumstance, At least I'm glad I'm not alone.
Sorry about your friend Jackson. Losing a compatriot is never easy.
He hadn't been here terribly long, so we weren't particularly familiar. Like me, he was also former protectorate, but he was not raised in Fairfield, so we'd never met before. Still, he seemed like a friendly, kind sort, albeit a headstrong one. I'm sorry he's gone.
Try to keep calm. I'll be back later.
Please do hurry. I've lost count of how many meals we've missed, but it is closer to many than a few, and we're starving.
Don't get bossy, lady. I gotta look around and see if there's anything worth picking up here. Like an inhaler charge. Farmer clothing. Infecting spray. All right. Voila. Easy peasy. Now then, I believe you said something about compensation.
Oh, thank the law. I never thought of myself as a vertiginous sort, but being trapped 100 meters in the air will make you reconsider.
I mirror that sentiment, to be certain. In fact, Auntie will have to pay me triple if heights are to be involved. And isn't it grand to be in a system that allows me that freedom?
You know, keep away from getting trapped in any other harvesters, will you?
I agree with Liza. I'm inclined to keep a few paces from farming equipment from now on. Here's your reward for evacuating us with all our parts intact. I perhaps ain't as awash in currency as I'd prefer, so you can have my helmet as well. It was useful for identifying crops we'd missed in our harvest. But to be honest, I'd like a little distance from plants for a spell.
All right. So, monocular target finder, plus 10 to weapon to weak spot damage. Range scanner grants additional weak spot damage relative to how far away the target is. Further distance grants larger bonus, but damage falloff is still applicable. Damage bonus maxes out at 30% at 100 meters. That sounds like a really awesome helmet, honestly. All right. And we can fast travel now. I'm going to actually fast travel to the landing pad here, because there's actually a couple things that we want to find here. So now that we can actually double jump, we can actually find a really awesome gun, apparently. So we saw some stuff. We saw some stuff up on here. There we go. Yeah, there's a 0G brew. Some salted pea-free nuts. And some prestige gin. Alright, well, I'll go have a little sip. And here we have the silenced repeating rifle. So it's pretty much the same. It has a weak spot bonus and a stealth multiplier because it's got a silence and a hologram sight. So yeah. welder helmet and a mag pick. All right, I'll take that. All right. There was something else that we could pick up in the ship, if I remember right. Well, we also have the key to this mystery box that will benefit Val. Oh, we need 4 of them. Okay, fine. So we saw this one that requires a lockpick of 11, which is a lot. But apparently there's actually something over... Yeah, we can disable the power here, and that opens it up. And we have the rookie's reward. So, short rounds rather than compact rounds, smaller size, smaller rate of fire, same weak spot, but it's a weapon that learns to get better so you don't have to. So the more we use it, the better it gets. And it has a better base damage too. So we will... Now, apparently we can say, come in here, we can say, we can create mods. Like the same one, we can create mods for various different stuff. So nothing has any modifications available. We can break down and we can do party upgrades. Or we can come in here and we can say, hey, so we can make compact rounds, concussive mines, we can make shunts, distract devices, explosive grenades, inhaler charges, mag picks. All right. But we need recipes. And there's all the recipes that we have, or this is all stuff that just like helps us out. So like the advanced description key, a key used for high security lockboxes. So that's the one that we have of 4 that we need. But we're good. We now have a semi-decent pistol, but one that will get better the more we use it. And we also have a silent scope. Well, a holographic scope. I think there was something back this way. God, this really does suddenly feel like, really does kind of feel like, Mass Effect. Yeah, we've got plenty of, bullets for this one. This is the... No, I want the rookie gun. Rookie's reward. And the silenced repeater.
Big, dark cavern ahead. Seems likely we'll find Crabbles hereabouts.
All right, what are Crabbles?
Ready to waste them. On your command.
So we've already gained at least one level.
Health benefits available at your request.
Look at all those eggs. How fast do these things breed?
I don't know. What the hell are they? They're like crab things? That's right. Run, you little bitch. Oh, you ran up this way. And around the corner, it looks like.
Engaging hostile life forms.
Don't like the look of whatever that is. Chris, maybe?
Emergency protocol syringes prime. Query, has this unit offended you?
So if we look at the rookie's reward, that is now a level 4. Now doing 31 damage. So yeah, what? Somebody was doing some doors barred shut. Of course it is. This Dragoon appears intact, but a logic error in its activation subroutine keeps it trapped in a power-saving state of hibernation. All right. Let's look around and see what all this place has to offer us. Like, somebody routed this with power, which is a little strange. I honestly think I prefer it in first person, which is, it sounds almost sacrilegious. At least now I can actually, like, aim. Oh my goodness, this is like, wow. So they literally have the Moon Man as the with his little top hat as the targeting. Really? Somebody is going way too hard on corporate servitude. All right. there. Doesn't look like there's anything up there. But like, yeah, there's... Those are all eggs? Good gods. All right, is this where we came in? No, it is not. There is a nice little, like... Wow, somebody had a rolling desk. Okay, sure, why not? Door that we cannot open. We can't jump up on top of anything. Are you dead, sir? Yeah, that... Is that what you were talking about? That doesn't look... Yeah, that doesn't look good at all. That looks like some sort of anomaly, dare I say. Oh, come on. Wait, you guys don't want to walk on the very edge of a crevasse? All right, well, I need to take a real quick break. I need to run to the bathroom, so we'll be right back. All right, and we're back. So, all right. Definitely looks like there should be something down this way, right? All right. Let's take a look around here and see what we can find. These eggs are really just kind of like gumming up everything, aren't they? Well, we're getting meat. Oh, what's... Oh, hello.
Engaging combat protocols.
How are you still upright over there?
Because I'm a tough old bastard?
Not getting up without help, Commander. Knew you had my back.
Hello.
Heat off you, Commander. Just say when. Nobody around. I'm the one you need to worry about.
Right. Another one of you little bastards?
Confronting threat.
All right. Well, that was fun, wasn't it, guys? Okay, and there's the one downside to that is it's using the same bullets as our... Alright, so... I mean, our rookie's reward has leveled up to 5, so... Zane's pistol does a little bit less damage, but it does different. But it uses different bullets. All right. All right, this is just a dead end. What the fuck is that? Hello.
slow, Commander.
Yeah, thanks.
Don't make me bury another agent.
Standing by with life support. Enthusiastically neutralizing unfriendlies.
Well, stay out of my way. All right, I suppose we should probably be using like a blade for this. Corrosive soak. Scoundrels Aegis? Okay. What are you? I fitted Automech 4B with a new munitions hopper and increased rate of fire utterly annihilated every crab before being encountered. Tragically, it then suffered some kind of malfunction and lost touch with the base station. Regardless of whatever happened to 4B, I must retrieve that hopper. Sovereign willing, it did a good enough job clearing out the crabbles that that it'll be an easy stroll in and back out. Yeah, not so much, huh? So these things, like, I don't know what these are. These are like crab type things. Grief, there's more?
Close proximity to a rift is likely to be lethal. Please monitor your distance.
Great. All right, let's see. This one gives us a +1 critical chance. And it's permanent. Nice to know that the toss ball cards are like actually serve a purpose. What was it that we picked up? Like some kind of armor or something? Yeah, Scoundrels increases evasion and combat sprint. Also gives us last stand. After using companion ability, gain 150 temporary health, increasing to 650 temporary health with your leadership skill. Also, cost cut materials, plus 30 damage resistance, but 5% damage resistance is lost every time the wearer takes damage, down to no additional bonus. Resets on end of combat. That sounds actually pretty nice. Plus, it looks cool. So, oh, we are up. Oh. Okay, so yeah, there's 2 rifts there, which is curious. All right, then we're back to the, yeah, we're back to the beginning. Okay. All right, so that was, well, that's what we can get to right now. There's, I think there's more stuff to be found there later, but. All right, so now we can go ahead and fast travel to Fairfield, turn in the bounty, get some more money. I still haven't decided who I want to side with. Like, I prefer the security person, the go in and sabotage the automech so that they have less fighting, so that their fighting force isn't replenished, rather than like, hey, teach us how to brainwash people. Like, that sounds particularly bad.
Hell, I've stood this post so many times I could do it in my sleep.
Mind you don't let the bosses upstairs hear you say that.
You know, I do want to also follow this track back from where we met those droids and see if we can't find her friend. Or at least their keepsake. I mean, this looks like it might have been what they were working on. Corporate Trooper. You gained extra holster. Commemorative toss ball. That might be the keepsake that she was talking about. That would make sense. Yeah, these guys just got slaughtered. All right, let's have some bourbon. Bourbon and punch. Why not? And some pea-free salted nuts. Don't know what the pea is? Doesn't really matter because it's pea-free. It's not the pea that people have a problem with. It's the nuts that people have a problem with. Some people. Hey.
You're back, I see. Something to share?
You mentioned a keepsake earlier. This was on the body of the trooper at the convoy.
Thanks. That'll mean a lot to his family. They can use it to pay his gravesite fees. Fool never bothered keeping up on the payments.
I really do wish we could, like, holster our weapon. Like, we don't need to have it out and aiming
A lot
all
of fresh
around.
blood in the talent pool around here with these protectorate defectors.
I've been gone a while. How'd it go? Tell me you got good news.
I got the schematics, but your business part, I'm afraid he didn't make it.
Why, that's terrible. But you said you have the schematics? I'll take those. What? Sovereign's finest potato corollary peeler? This was supposed to be a guaranteed bestseller. Who in the right mind would... Jackson, you idiot! Ah! It's a good thing he's dead, because if he wasn't, I'd kill him! There's no... God damn it! I'm never getting that promotion.
No, you're not. Thought you were all marketing geniuses who could sell anything. Good chance to prove it.
This was supposed to be my easy path to a promotion. Must be something I can do to salvage this. Tell me, did you come across any other advanced protectorate technology while you were there? Anything more, well, easily marketable?
Ooh, now see, this is the point where it's like, me? No,
If I
nothing
only
at
had
all.
Something, anything else to provide management, my sad, sorry fate might have been somehow averted. Well, here's all I can spare in regards to your compensation. Try not to spend it all in one place. It's supposed to be categorically bad for commerce. In the unlikely event things somehow pan out and I get that big promotion, I'll see you're taken care of. Until then, take care.
Yeah, I'm keeping this shit. All right, turn in a complete about the drone swarm. Doing 7-day XP. Ooh, and we got a key too. I shouldn't have a bounty. There's no outstanding bounty for Commander Ollamh. Auntie thanks you for abiding by the law.
Never find yourself with too much disposable income? I got plenty of ideas on how to... Every time I think I'm having a bad day, I just tell myself...
All right. I do want to go ahead and add one to our lockpicking and to our speech. Now we also have a perk. All right, we need to go through the perks here and see. Adds to explosive, perk psychopath. Needs an engineering of 5, shrug it off. Requires bullet shield, master armor, grenadier. Okay, so I do want to add the I do want sharpshooter, which also requires 1 in observation. You can access restricted inventory vending machines, point blank artist, sneak attack damage. and extra damage for enemies near, but bad for long range. All right, let's see here. Ninja, while sprinting or sliding, it improves our evasion chance. Critical chance, added critical chance against strong enemies. Commando, additional weapon equipment slot. All right, we're gonna go ahead and do that. We're gonna go ahead and tag that one. Gunrunner decreases the weapon spread range, move penalty to accuracy negative 50%. All right, Crabble Rancher increases range and critical chance. That's pretty nice. Trick Shot. Weak Spot kills Ricochet, dealing more damage to second nearby enemy. Plus 2% damage. Bonus reset. Okay, let's see her. Guns with automatic or burst fire deal increased damage. Penetrating shot looks really nice. We're gonna just go ahead and tag some of them that sound nice and try and figure out where we're gonna go from here. On your feet, 10 plus 10 meter revival rate through the keyhole. Contents of a locked container can be viewed without picking the lock. That would be very nice. All right, let's see here. Required, once an account has drained, you'll need to earn 7,200 experience points to gain access to the account again. Bounty terminals now have the option to immediately cash out bits by hacking into bank accounts. Sleight of hand allows us to pickpocket with a... All right, we'll go ahead and tag that one. Duelist on perfect block, stun for 8 seconds. All right. Vitality Striker. Base Reader. In conversation, options that reduce reputation with a fraction are highlighted before choosing them. Additionally, gain a bonus to damage against humans. Okay, not bad. Weak spot scanner are highlighted and okay. That sounds pretty nice. Ghost, though. If your crashed NPC starts to investigate you, gain camouflage for a short duration, has a cooldown between activation, which decreases based on your stealth skill. Invisible to enemies and deal bonus damage. Again, I do like that. That sounds pretty nice. Here, many of your lies are more believable and will more likely accept it as true. Additionally, the likelihood that enemies will target you is reduced. Only your most outlandish lies aren't believed. Alright, so we'll do that and that, because I think we only get like 15 total. So we have 9 right now, plus the one that we've already got, so that's 10. So we could do 5 more. Let's see here. Bribes cost less. Vendor buying prices for stolen items is more. All right, we are gonna go down the speech path, so that'll be that should have us up to 11 basically, with all the ones that we've got that we're going to take later, that we've got marked for later.
It'll probably be worse.
The door this tough? They must be storing something good in there.
Yeah, guns, armor, probably some ammunition.
You're thinking too small, Murph. I'd put money on the Protectorate stashing treasure inside. A whole pool of bits enough to swim in.
It's a constabulary, not a bank. And certainly not some kind of gold-filled swimming hole. Besides, these Protectorate lack imagination. Never had an original thought wasn't written down for them first. Like I told you before, it's probably just guns.
This store giving you trouble?
We've tried everything short of skipping a ship through that door to get inside. Though, come to think of it, maybe that's not such a bad idea.
Sure, if you don't mind taking out all of Fairfield at the same time.
I'd love to see the quartermaster's face after turning her lamps onto that requisition request.
Fine, Skip drives out. Say, maybe we could commandeer one of them tractors out in the field instead. Oh, bet that could plow through the door.
Why is it so important that you get into the armory anyway?
In case you haven't noticed, we're in the middle of a war. And hard to say whether we're winning or not. Better question is why no one else is treating this like a top priority.
That's a good question. Is the situation with the Protectorate that dire?
In any siege, advantage goes to the defenders. Right now, the Protectorate still has control of the bridge to the Vox station. That station is the key to taking Paradise Island. When Officer Carr ever gets the go-ahead, we need to be ready.
Well, at least it seems like you're winning hearts and minds.
Right. With all our new trainees, we've got the numbers. But bodies won't mean diddly without the weapons and equipment, hopefully inside that armory.
If there are any weapons at all, I still say it's treasure. This is Eden after all.
You've made your case, Kemp. I'm more interested in hearing the opinion of our new friend here. What do you suppose is in there?
I mean, I'm betting on weapons and armor.
Don't that strike you as a touch simple? And anyway, why would the Protectorate lock up everything they'd need to fight back? Unless they were trying to keep it from an invading force. Saying it aloud's altered my opinion somewhat. Fine. It's possible. I'll grant you.
I don't see it mattering much either way. That door is sealed tighter than a salt tuna can. Nobody's getting through anytime soon.
I haven't met a lock that could keep me out. Let me try.
Oh, really? Why didn't you lead with that?
Ordinarily, I'd question how you came about such a unique skill set.
You know.
With circumstances being what they are, have at it. Just know we're keeping an eye on you.
Fence plates. Shells. Ooh, explosive grenades. Shock rods. A shock machine gun. Alright, I've had my fill of stuff. Ah, see, we could have also come in from the ceiling. So if we didn't have...
Appreciate your help. These weapons are gonna save lives. On our side, anyway.
I was gonna say, that's the opposite of what a weapon is supposed to do. So yeah, I do appreciate that they give you multiple ways of getting through stuff. All right, let's see here. Compliance investigation notices. Nothing hurts us like stupid does. Boyd be damned. It's not as if running a side hustle inside of Auntie Cleo's is complicated. It only requires exercising the tiniest bit of discretion in getting your dirty work done where people can pretend they don't see it. Mind those two rules, and I won't have to track you down, truss you up, and send you back to the fleet in chains. And yet, that's just too complicated for the half-wit smugglers who landed on the Auntie's transports at the damaged landing pad and unloaded what were clearly contraband crates in the middle of the damn day. So now they're all in the cells, and I have an excessive amount of paperwork to do. And there's nowhere near enough commission on my bringing them in to justify the number of hours that all this will take. Profitable resolution. Well, someone sought to ensure that my case against these smugglers in my custody was as solid as a bulkhead. My mysterious benefactor left me a stock of files that included a detailed listing of other crimes they should be measured for. Enough to add an eye-watering amount of bits to the arrest commission I'll end up collecting. Not only that, they also included craftily worded advice that taking them to the undisputed claim for judgment would be a boon to my career and my bit cartridges. So, finding out who it was will have to wait until I return from delivering them to the undisputed claim. I've several likely suspects, including a cargo pilot and an acquisition chief that both passed through here at about the right time. But my gut keeps drawing me towards the new greenhouse overseer, Emmeline Galloway. Can't rightly say why. Might just be she's the only one still in town, and I'm pulling for it being the easiest option to investigate. Even so, I can't seem to shake the notion that she's somehow in the mix with all these troubles.
These riffs got me awful perturbed. Ain't reality hard enough without some nerve-wracking phenomenon punching holes in it?
So yeah, see, if we didn't have the lock-picking skill, we could have just jumped up here and dropped down and in. Hi guys, don't mind me, I'm just passing through again.
I have no interest in dealing with the machinations of you dark marketers today.
All right. So let's see. It was the red trim with circular windows. All right. Let's see here. Let's go with Codex. No. Yes, Codex logs. So, right, red trim house, red trim circle windows. All right, red trim circle windows. This looks like her place. There's nobody here. Guys, come on in. Messages. To DeVries, subject, welcome. To Augustine DeVries. From Supervisor First Class Camarillo, welcome. Subject DeVries, you are to report to your post in the Information Input and Retrieval Department at 0630 tomorrow. As I'm sure I don't need to tell you, every member of the Protectorate is vital to the whole, no matter how seemingly small and insignificant their role may be. We expect you to conduct yourself as a harmonious part of the Protectorate. Glory to the Sovereign! Alright, let's see here. Pitchball incident. Subject DeVries. It is not unheard of for one to sustain injuries in the course of a spirited match of pitchball. Even ones as serious as your shattered femur and internal hemorrhaging. In my experience, however, virtually all cases can be traced back to overindulgence of Sovereign's Pride vodka. While it is understandable, misconception, such overindulgence does not demonstrate a subject's pride for their subservience to our sovereign. Fortunately for you, in the short time you've been here, your work has been nothing but superlative. Yeah. This will not add greatly to your demerits. Nonetheless, it is your duty to work through such injuries, to be an example to your fellow subjects on how to put aside one's self-importance to elevate us all. Remember, we are all key components to in the safety and success of the Protectorate. Warning. Subject DeVries, your recent irregular behavior has been overlooked due to your exemplary work in the long years prior to the invasion. However, I am not plagued by my predecessor's lack of character, which has reportedly now been rectified by a course of mental refreshment, thank the Sovereign. And it is incumbent upon me to follow up on the report that you were heard espousing opinions similar to the precepts of the treacherous order. I am certain this is but a miscommunication in these somewhat confusing times. Do not let it happen again. Supervisor First Class Ojeda? We have announcements, invasion of right. We've already read those announcements.
Grace sure has some cheek putting the Earth Directorate symbol on her wall after everything she's done.
DeVries' tracker appears to have been surgically removed and submerged in liquid inside this container. Obviously, it's an attempt to disable it. Fortunately, it was still producing a weak signal. The universal equation is the one constant.
we haven't watched all her mission logs yet.
No, I was trying to figure out what the hell that sound was. All right. Messages to S. Lockwood, subject farewell. Savannah. Your last missive stung me to my core. I can't believe you'd accuse us of such. Yes, I am still in contact with Victor. The schism between the Protectorate and the Order is of no consequence to us. But we are decidedly not whispering poison in each other's ear. And I can assure you the dark path you accuse us of going down is one of necessity, not choice. I never burdened you with the knowledge of the things I've done, what I've been forced to live with. But therein lies the rub. I find I can do so no longer. Time for action has come. Do you remember the cliffhanger ending of the Sentinel versus the Cult of Corporatism, 6th chapter? One way or another, I fear we are hurtling towards that same inevitable conclusion. This is one thing I cannot allow, no matter the cost. Regardless, my time on Paradise Island is over. As we used to say, see you in the equation, my friend. So she's just like siding with everybody, just like cycling through everybody. That's... All right, let's see here. From Sovereign, farewell. How can you say you never burdened me with what you've done? You may have never shared specifics with me, but that doesn't mean I didn't feel your suffering, Augustine. The invasion of Paradise Island is driving us all to new levels of despair, and your last message has me fearing that it has pushed you to a place of madness. I'm begging you, forget that void-damned cereal and whatever it is you're planning, and please, please come see me before you do anything that cannot be undone. This ought to make you laugh. I'm holed up in the old Order Chapel of all places. Maybe because it reminds me of better days with you, me, and Victor.
My cover story has worked. I am safely ensconced at the Vox station, assigned to the lowly Information Input and Retrieval Department. Seems a colony so certain of its absolute control over its subjects can be less than rigorous when it comes to security. I was able to easily widen out a space behind the walls of the main control room to establish my safe room, giving me unfettered access to the communication transfer conduits. I have hacked into their system downstream from the security protocols, so I am able to infiltrate their entire system with them being none the wiser. While I have little doubt as to the success of our mission, trepidation still gnaws at me, though I cannot say why. Perhaps it is simply the normal mission commencement jitters. I thought my duties complete. Information gathered, reports filed, preparations made. I even created a fictitious identity and work transfer to Horizon Point Station well ahead of schedule, in order to keep anyone from tracking my movements upon commencing the mission. All that was left was the waiting. Or so I thought. Then, troubling information came to light. I've seen the numbers. I've seen the equations. While I don't understand all of it, I understand enough to know it is the truth. And I am the only one in a position to act upon it. So it means the betrayal of my team and the duty I swore to uphold. But can I? I did it. They are all dead. And I am still alive. I had not expected this. I had prepared no alibi, and so felt assured my ruse would be discovered and I'd not have to carry this burden. But the complete gullibility of the Protectorate subjects cannot be underestimated, it seems. My threadbare excuse of my grievous wounds as pitchball injuries was accepted without question. I can only keep telling myself it had to be done. Something which becomes harder by the day as the rift anomaly grows in the sky. But it was all part of the plan. Wasn't it?
Okay.
Can't believe this. Void me if I understand any of this. DeVries sold us out for what? Because of a few equations? Some dots and lines on a graph? Good fucking law. I mean, she wasn't a damn scientist. She said it herself. She didn't understand all of it, the math. So what was she thinking? No. No.
No, keep your head.
You didn't know her. Not like I did. Like I thought I did. Damn it! I never wanted to talk about this. I wanted to just leave it alone. Told myself, no point in dredging up the past. Should have known it wouldn't rest. DeVries may have saved me on Triangula, but I wasn't the only one looked up to her. Lots of the other recruits talked about her too, back at the academy.
What were people saying about her?
We all thought she was the pinnacle of what an agent should be. Tough, smart, ain't a job she couldn't get done. And better and faster than everyone else. Inspired all of us.
Must have been before my time. I don't remember hearing her name before Horizon Point.
Reckon so. Some might embarrassing how much worship we all put on her name. You put a tool in my hand, I would have built monuments to her. Figured my own career could be just that. Doing for others what she done for me. Never imagined I'd actually get to work with her. Me, some nobody from Triangula. And then she betrayed us. Tried telling myself it was an accident, but now we've got the cold, hard proof it wasn't. Law only knows why she trusted the Order's numbers.
Order. That's the one that had a schism with the Protectorate. What exactly is the Order?
The Order of the Sin is just another sect of the Order of Scientific Inquiry. The Grand Plan and all that used to be part of the Protectorate before their big falling out. Believe they can predict the future or some such, but nice plan-abiding folks don't kill for the betterment of their cause. I can't believe the Order plotted our murder. But 10 years ago, I would have said the same about DeVries. I mean, she always struck me as so pragmatic, real sensible-like. Never figured she'd go all in on predictions from a bunch of monks.
Not surprising. I'm not surprised. Religion has been used to control, manipulate for eons.
Done some good too. Even I can admit that not everyone following the plan is a fanatic. But when those beliefs start to require hurting others, even killing them, that's worth questioning their virtue.
I couldn't agree more.
Only DeVries has shared in our good judgment, huh? Whatever her plans, she started putting them in place while stationed undercover at the Vox Relay. Our next point of order ought to be getting in there. Reckon there's got to be someone on the island who can help us with that. Let's keep asking around. Friendly like.
Right. Friendly like. So yeah, she just removed her tracking chip by herself. That thing is big. That thing is bulky. Like, this is not just like, oh, hey, a little microchip. That thing's big. All right. Well, we still have some quests and stuff that I'm sure some side quests and stuff that we haven't touched on yet. For example, we've got the smugglers. We still have getting to reunite Niles and Zebulon. Stalking an associate of an angry ascendance. But for now, we're going to need to make a new manual save, and because that is where we're going to end for tonight. So, as always, thank you guys very much for watching. If you liked the video, don't forget to hit the like button. If you're new here, don't forget to prod that subscribe button. If you want to be kept up to date of when we go live and stuff like that, make sure to ring the bell, but also check out the social media links down below. That's our Facebook page, Twitter account, Tumblr account, Blue Sky account, and the permanent invite for the Discord server, where I try to make sure to notify you guys of when we go live and stuff like that. For example, in about an hour and a half, we're going to be back with Power Wash Simulator 2. Things are really picking up, and we're seeing the mayor doing a lot more bullshit. And then tomorrow at 8 p.m. Central Time, we'll be back with more of the Outer Worlds 2. All that so that you can stay tuned for more from Ollamh Productions. Oh.